here. Okay, so I wanted to do a little bit of a training on tips and tricks on how to save money at your parties, and even how to book some new type of themed parties. We have a lot of new chocolatiers on our team, and I cringe at the thought of them spending more money than what they're making at their parties. So I just wanted to talk about a few things. One of them being presentation. Yes, presentation is a huge thing, but I want you to think of the presentation being easy instead of convenient for the guest, because it can be both. So our kit our kit that you get in the mail now, it includes those little tasting cups, the little 1 ounce tasting cups, which those are great. But you can get, I think, 25 for $1 that are 2 ounce ones from the dollar store. That's what I buy and bring to my parties. Or if I'm going to do like a frozen drink theme, I'll go and I'll buy the 3 ounce ones from Target. The other thing I would say is, when I first started out, I host coached my host in buying those tasting cups so that I didn't have to keep spending that money on it. So I would have extras on me just in case, because I went into a few parties where they had big red Solo cups and I had to put 1 ounce martini in there. So you want to make sure that you have extra in your bag, but I would host coach your host. Give them a grocery list. Here's what I need you to have on hand. 3 ounce cups. They're in the Solo aisle with paper plates and stuff at Target. Or you can buy the little shot glass ones from the dollar store. Tell your host to grab that. The other thing I would say is the little cups, the tasting cups that you can put the ready to eat things in. Holy cow, are those so cute, and it's so convenient for your guests, but it's really time consuming when you're setting up for a party. And it's also costly to our pockets because you have to replenish those from the dollar store as well. So if you are going to replenish them, I would get them from the dollar store, or if you're near like a restaurant depot that you know someone that goes there, I would get them from there. But here's what I do. I bought little plastic bowls from Target or from the dollar store, or I upgraded, and I bought ramekins on clearance at Bed Bath & Beyond, and I had the 20% off coupon with me. So I bought those little ramekins, and I'll fill it with my my ready to eats, and I'll take the little silver serving spoons from the dollar store. You get 24, and by the way, I reuse them. I bring them home and I wash them and I put them back in the package. They're not putting them in their mouth. They're only taking it and putting it on their hand. So I wash it and I reuse them. But I'll take one of the little serving spoons and I'll put it in the ramekin. And so each guest can just take it and put the almond or, you know, whatever I'm tasting for that day in their hand. So those are kind of the ways that I save money. I'm not constantly spending money on the tasting cups and the cups. The other thing is the brownies. This is like the number one thing that I see like Charlie did it yesterday at her party, and I was like, oh no, because I didn't get a chance to talk to her ahead of time. But the brownies, everyone should be making those in a 13x9 pan. So, and I don't suggest a glass pan, because usually that takes up a lot of cooking time, and for some reason it makes the inside of the brownie like super gooey. It doesn't cook correctly, so you want to make sure that it's in a regular baking pan, 13x9. You can spray the pan if you like. What I actually do is I take a little bit, I take a butter stick, that's my pan stick, and I grease the pan with that, and then I take, parchment paper, and I line the parchment paper on top of that. And I use the butter on the pan first so that the parchment paper, I can get clean lines in the corners. And then I'll spray just from very high above. I try not to overspray it, but I spray the parchment paper on the inside, and I thin out the brownies on the bottom of the 13x9. And it's going to be pretty thin. If you have problems getting it flat, what I would do is I would run your spatula, your rubber spatula, under warm water, and then just kind of go over the top of it, and it'll shake it out for you and make it a little bit smoother. Still bake it at 350, but I only bake it for 19 or 20 minutes. If your edges start to crust, you got to take it out, get it out. So 19 to 20 minutes in a 13 by 9 pan. And I do that for the brownies, and I also do it for the blondies. When you pull the blondies out after 20 minutes, it's going to look like they're raw. They're not. The blondies are supposed to be super gooey. They're supposed to have like a caramel taste to them and super gooey. So what you want to do is take it out, and the blondies, you want to let them cool for as long as you possibly can. Same thing with the brownies. It takes 25 minutes to make these. So I just let them sit overnight. And what I do then is I take our professional scraper and I cut it twice widthwise. So twice down the middle this way, and then once down the middle long ways. So you have 6 equivalent squares for either of the brownies. And I'll do this with the cakes too. If I make red velvet, a cake out of the red velvet, or usually I do mini cupcakes with pretty much all the other baking items, just because it's so much easier for them to just take off the plate and stick in their mouth. But the brownies, you have this square section of the brownies. Even if I have 18 people coming to a party, I use that one section of brownies. They get a small, little, tiny, bite-sized piece of brownie. But just like Chef Shane said at National Conference, less is always more. They're going to pop that tiny bite of brownie in their mouth, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, is that good? I have to get a box of those. There's some chocolatiers that no matter what type of party theme they do, they serve the brownies and the martini mix. And the almonds. Those are like the 3 tried and true products that everybody loves. So the brownies, for sure, you can get 6 parties out of 1 box of brownies. I know they have the brownie pizzas. That's kind of a cute idea. When you're trying to make money, don't worry about getting fancy. The products are still going to sell themselves. It's still going to look great. And what I would also do if you want to fancy it up, the chai dip. How I do the chai dip, I know some chocolatiers, they kind of feel like they're saving money when they have their hostess get the Cool Whip, and then they'll bring the packet or the scoops of chai tea to the party and mix it there. I don't do that because I'm using a whole packet for just one party. So I'll buy the Cool Whip, which is only $1 something, or sometimes you can get it on sale at $1.04 at Target, and I'll buy like 6 or 8 of them at one time. And 1 tub of Cool Whip, 1 packet of chai tea. Now that we have it in the large packages, I would probably say it's probably 2 tablespoons, 2 to 4 tablespoons of it. I don't know if they updated the recipe on that, but to taste. And I put it in small Tupperware bowls, and I freeze them. So the morning of my party, I take out the freezer bag of the brownies that I put in the freezer in the Ziploc. I take out a Tupperware thing of the chai dip. And then if I want to make something cute, I'll tell my host, okay, do you have strawberries, or, if they have any kind of fresh fruit on hand, slice that really small, and I'll put a dab of the chai tea on top of the chai tea dip on top of the brownie, and then put like a fresh blueberry or fresh raspberry on top of it. And it still looks like a really cute small dessert. And I tell them, now imagine this on a bigger scale. So you can still make everything tiny. And the other thing is, you don't want people going into a chocolate coma. I actually do on the high end number of products, but I'll sometimes combine mine. So like I'll do the brownie with the chai tea, so that's 2 products. Or sometimes I'll do, like I did the white chocolate baking mix with the mango drink mix inside of the buttercream frosting. So that was 3 products in one thing. But I never do more than 8 products at a tasting. Never more than 8. So like Friday, I'm doing a frozen drink theme. And to be honest, this woman was not going to book a party with me until she was hemming and hawing. She's like, oh, well, I'm going to have to look at a date on my calendar. And I said, okay, just to let you know, I've been kind of doing a couple different theme parties too. We could always do like a frozen drink party in your backyard. You know, your girlfriends come over for an hour and a half or so. And she was like, oh my gosh, frozen drinks. She's like, I didn't know you had frozen drinks. I was just picturing chocolate. So I nabbed her by doing that. And she's like, how does July 24th sound? So Friday, I'm doing that. So I'm going to have 3 frozen drinks. And because those are already 3 items, I'm going to bring the brownies, and I'm going to have a plain. I'll bring the almonds. I'm going to do the raspberry glaze. And what am I going to do? And probably just like 1 more item. Like, you know, I never do more than 8. So that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. So I talked about the chai dip, the barbecue and sweet and spicy cocoa rub dip that they have the recipe for in the kit. I don't use that dip. All I do is I take a half a cup of sour cream, a half a cup of mayo, and 1 tablespoon of the rub, and I mix that together and I chill it. And if I have 2 parties within 2 weeks of each other, I'll use that for the 2 parties. Otherwise, I'll make a 1/4 cup of mayo, 1/4 cup of sour cream, and a half a tablespoon of the rub. Some people use 2 tablespoons of the rub and the barbecue sauce. You don't have to do all that. I make that rub dip for my black party. I make a big old tub of it, and it's gone within an hour and a half. People love it. It's good with tortilla chips. It's good with carrots. So I'll tell my host to get the baby carrots, and I'll put it in. I'll take a larger Corningware bowl. I'll place those really tiny Tupperware bowls. I'll put that inside the bigger bowl. Put the carrots on the side and pass that plate around. When I'm going to taste the barbecue sauce, I don't use mayo and sour cream and use the barbecue sauce. I take the barbecue sauce, I put like 1 tablespoon of it in a small Tupperware bowl. Sometimes I'll warm it up at the party if there's a lot of people, just to make it a little bit thinner. And then again, I'll use carrots, or I'll tell them to get pretzel sticks, like mini pretzel sticks or twists. And I'll put it in the bigger bowl, the barbecue sauce in a smaller bowl with the pretzels on the side, and pass that around. I do the same thing with the salad dressings. You're not using that much of the product. There's some chocolatiers who actually bought we have on supply in the back office, or you can actually get them from the dollar store, like the ketchup and the mustard squeeze bottles. So those squeeze bottles, they'll put the salad dressing in there, and then when they do the summer salads theme at a party, they'll have each person make their, they'll put their own salad in a small bowl, and then they can drizzle, however much salad dressing they like, instead of the big bowl on top of our salad dressing. That's an awesome idea if your host is doing a summer salads theme. But if they're not doing a summer salads theme and you want to put a salad dressing in there, or even the kokoyaki sauce, it's great to do fun recipes and get crazy with them, but make sure you're having your host provide the actual food instead of you pre-making it and bringing it. It's gonna break your bank. You don't, with your mileage, with your product that you're tasting, with the paper that you have, and with your gifts, you don't want to be spending more than $20 per party. You really don't. Because you want to stay $20 or under. That includes your hostess gifts, any gifts that you're giving away to the guests at the party as well. And that's my next tip, is for gifts. Gifts don't have to be extravagant. You don't have to go to the dollar store and get a mug and then put the chai tea packet in there and then put a bow on it. That's too much money. For a hostess gift, I personally give full-size products. But when I first started, I gave 1 packet of chai tea, or we have the entertaining guides that are super duper cheap on supply. I think they're 25 cents or 40 cents each. It's pennies when it comes, because you get a packet of 10 of them, I think. So it comes out to pennies per entertaining guide. Who cares if the recipes don't include all of our new products? It's a cute little recipe guide. They're getting something. It just has to be something cheap so that they feel like they're getting something. The other thing I would do is I would do the 1.5 pounds of chocolate as a hostess gift. Book, especially at vendor shows, book a party with me today, book a date with me today, and I'll gift you a 1.5 pounds of Dove chocolate Chef Series chocolate at your party. That only it costs us, I think, $10. But you're giving that $10 away, and you may not have booked that party without it. So vendor shows, I would go something bigger like that. But as far as host parties, do something small, a drink packet, or the entertaining guide with the drink packet, something small like that. Gifts for people. I usually do a Chef Series bar, just one Chef Series bar. Cheap. It's, I think, $1 or less per bar. It's a little bit under, I think it's 75 cents or 95 cents or something like that for us per bar. So I do that, and I also do packets of Vitalize as gifts, because that gives me an opportunity to talk about it if I haven't hit it up during the party. And the packets of Vitalize, right now, I think I bought a bunch of the plumberry because it was on sale. The orange is still on sale. It's like $15 a box when you buy it on e-commerce. Like, go onto your website and purchase it as a customer. It's only $15 per box. So that's like, I think 50 cents per packet. So I give those out as gifts. The other thing I do is at my parties, in order to make sure that I'm doing full service checkout, and I'm asking every single person if they want to join my team, and I'm asking every single person if they'd like to host a party. In my opening, I will say something along the lines of, please take a look at what I do tonight or today, and if it's something that you think you or someone you may know are interested in or think you might be interested in doing, let me know. I'll give you some reading material, and we'll set a time to chat. So then at the end of the party, during my closing, I will say, okay, now remember when I told you all, make sure, take a look at what I do tonight if it's something you think you might be interested in? Well, just so you know, I am going to be asking each and every one of you if you'd like to join my team, and I'll also be asking you if you'd like to host a party. And if I don't ask you those 2 questions, call me on it, and I have a gift for you. So that makes me want to give away a gift. So my thing is I give away Dove promises when somebody does that. I know a girl who will give away a whole box of brownies, or she'll give away a 6-piece caramel set, because it's a lot more money. So that really makes her ask every single person. But whether it's big or small, it's something that triggers you to make sure that you ask everybody at full service checkout. It'll do wonders for your business, because sometimes we get prejudging, and we're like, oh, it's an older woman, she's not going to want to be a chocolatier, or he's a guy, he's not going to want to be a chocolatier, or oh, I know she has money, or she has 6 kids, or yada yada yada. We prejudge. So this helps us not prejudge, because you never know. Any questions?
Oh, I do have a comment.
Mm-hmm.
I also found that at Joann's, you can get those little mini cupcake cups for the ready-to-eat candies. Mm-hmm. With the coupon. It comes out to $2 and something for 300 of them.
Okay.
So that's pretty good, too.
Yeah. And what else was I just going to say? Sometimes I'll have, like, in the past, I've printed out, like, a whole 8.5 by 11 sheet of martini recipes. And I do talk about recipes, and if somebody purchases a martini mix, I'll pull it out and hand it to them. If somebody buys the barbecue sauce and the rub, I'll hand them a recipe of the dips. But I don't hand out anything else, because it's money out of my pocket. But throughout the party, I'm letting them take the catalog. The catalog has recipes in there. The catalog has the recipe blog on the back of it. So I point that out throughout my party. I'm letting them keep the catalog, so that's their recipes that I'm giving them. And if there's a recipe that you want to give them for a martini mix or the rub and you don't want to print it out, have them write it inside of their catalog. They're taking it home anyways. I always tell them it's yours to keep. Write your name on it. You're going to keep it by your cookbooks in the kitchen, because all these yummy recipes are in it. So that's another idea for that. How am I doing on time here? 10 minutes I have. Okay. Other tips on saving money at parties. I think I hit all the ones that I wanted to hit. Make sure less is more, bite-sized things, not tasting more than 8. Um, in the beginning, just watch your P's and Q's. Don't spend extra money on something that you think is going to be good customer service, because you can still give good customer service by just picking up the phone and calling your customers after the party and thanking them for attending and ordering with you and offering any recipe ideas if they'd like them. Going the extra mile is really nice sometimes, but sometimes when we're trying to get up and running, we end up spending more money than we're making, and we don't want to do that. So I heard Kathy, she was offering up brunch parties, and what was the other one that you said you were offering up on Facebook?
A martini party. I had this Friday, tomorrow night, or this Friday night, it's only Wednesday, and Sunday afternoon that we have nothing going on, and I figured why not make some money. So I put together a martini party menu and a brunch party menu, and I posted it on Facebook and emailed some people, but I haven't gotten any bites yet. For Friday night and Sunday afternoon. So
So I have a couple of theme ideas that are outside of the box. Actually, this idea originally came from Aubrey Middleton. She used redstamp.com, and she took pictures of like our tacos, and she put it on a red stamp thing, and put chicken taco party and what she would serve at that party. So it's basically a set menu for different themed parties. I have hers that I can share with the team. And then I was thinking of making up a couple extra as well. The frozen drink idea I think is phenomenal for the summer, because a lot of people think, oh, I don't want to do an in-home party. People aren't going to want to come. It's summertime. My big tip for that is do during the week parties, not just weekend parties during the summer, because everybody has graduation parties or, concerts, or they're doing this or that on the weekends. So try and do during the week parties if possible. And my other tip is think of summer parties. So ice cream socials. Let them know that they could have the kids in the backyard playing while the moms are off having an ice cream. So the kids can have some ice cream, and then the moms could have the good ice cream with the toppings on it. A luau party. I have a host who has booked the 3rd time. She just had a party in June. She's having another one in August. It's a new catalog, and I offered her a luau party. She was so excited about the luau theme. And what I'm going to be doing for that party is we have a recipe for a pineapple mojito. So I'll be making that drink, the pineapple mojito. We have our pineapple and cashews. So I'll be sure to serve that up. And then I'm also going to be doing our white chocolate blondies. And I'm going to make, I'm going to take Cool Whip and mix the margarita into the Cool Whip and put that as a frosting on top of the white chocolate blondies. Possibly get some pineapple, fresh pineapple chunks and put that on top, or maybe put it on the side so they can add it if they'd like. And of course the almonds. I always have my almonds at every single party. And then that's it. Like, I'm just going to do a couple of things, and if she wants it, she loves to entertain, so I know she's going to have extra things on the side. But a couple of pineapple things that we have from our thing, and maybe the granola crunch even, and that's it. But it's a luau party, so I'm going to go with my sarong on. I'll have my Meet Me in Maui thing. I'm so going to use this party theme for the rest of the summer because I get to talk about Maui. I mean, how great is that, right? The other idea I have, some of you might have noticed today on Facebook if you saw it, I'm offering a freezer meal workshop.
Yes, that looks so awesome.
Yes. So there is another manager, Angie Schmid, who was like, why aren't we doing freezer meals? Because there's other direct selling companies that do. So her and Chef Shane have come up with 10 recipes designed specifically from our Dine Around the World new bundle that's coming out in August, but it's available now. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to find 10 people who are going to pay me $150 for the Dine Around the World bundle. In addition, I will go out and I'm going to buy the groceries for the workshop, have everything delivered to my house, and then have them come and they get to do their own workshop. I'll pull a mystery hostess from it, and the mystery hostess is going to get a free bundle from me, probably the taco bundle. And then with the rest of the host benefits, I'm going to buy probably the ultimate baking bundle, and I'm going to I haven't worked out all the details yet, but I might hand out a baking mix to every person that comes as a door prize, so that they go away not with just the 10 dinners, but now they have a dessert that they can make for the family too. So I'm doing that. So in order for all the product to be here at my house, in order for time for the party on August 13th, they have to purchase it by July 30th. That gives me triple Maui points, and you still have a week. You have a week to get 10 people. Now I think I have 2 people so far that have booked with me, that have RSVP'd. So I have 8 spots to fill. But even if I get just 3 more, that's still a $500 party that I didn't have originally in July for triple points.
Are you doing that one at your house, Nicole?
I'm doing this one at my house. I want to do the first one just so I can. So I'm going to, as I pre-order, I'm going to pre-order the Dine Around the World. I think I have the majority of the stuff. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to shop and I'm going to pre-make my own dinners. So I'll make my own freezer dinners just so I can do the recipes and get a handle for it, and be ready for the party on the 13th. So when I have the actual workshop, I'm not going to prep the food along with them. I'm going to help them and basically just be their cooking instructor.
Okay.
So I think it'll be fun. And of course, I'm going to let people know this is my first one, so bear with me. I'm not Rachel Ray just yet, joke about it and just, be fun. I'll probably buy a bottle of wine and talk about our wine that's coming up, or maybe I'll serve a martini or something like that while they're making their dinners. But again, if you have 10 people do this, 10 people commit to it, it's a $990 party. My other suggestion is find a host that wants to hold a workshop at her house in August, and they order the bundles now, and that money counts for you now, and then you go and you book the parties and you recruit during the workshop at her house. For that, I would have the host get the freezer bags. I would have her, you could do it a couple different ways. You can have the guests go and purchase their own groceries and bring that to the party with them. Or you can bring it with you, like you charge every person $150 up front, and then you bring the groceries and just have her provide, like the knives and the cups and the paper towels, whatever you're going to use on the side, and have your host provide that. And then you bring the groceries. So there's a couple different ways you can work it. And again, I would tell people this is the first one I'm doing, working out the kinks. Thank you for being my guinea pigs. But that's why I wanted to do it at my house first. And then in August, the beginning of August, after I get mine over with, I'll probably start asking different people who would like to host a freezer meal. So my whole thing is school is starting so fast, as Kathy's already back in school. So that's when I'm going to be calling people. I'm going to hit those people up that I know have kids going back to school. Moms who are busy, even moms that work and now they have kids going back to school. It's going to be crazy. So why wouldn't they want 10 freezer meals to get them through the first 2 weeks of school?
That would be an awesome baby shower party too.
It would be.
The guests all chip in, and the mom to be gets the freezer meal, gets a set of freezer meals, but she's not paying for the party.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Where are the recipes for the freezer meals? Are they on the Facebook page?
The managers actually had a Zoom meeting at 7:00 tonight that I actually had to miss. So I'm getting the full recipes from them. I know. Okay. I'm gonna finite everything and send it out to everybody, because I know they were also creating little recipe cards
Okay.
that you can print out and hand out to every guest so that they get to go home with the recipe cards.
Cool.
The other thing I'm going to say is, so now you're going to end up having $990 party in July. But when you go to that workshop, they're making those 10 meals. They may want to place another order with you to replenish what they've purchased. They all, for the following 10 meals. You never know. The other thing is, you want to utilize that time when you're helping those people make the dinners. You're going to want to ask them if they'd like to host one of their own with their family and friends. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the same recipes. We can try and come up with different recipes. But I think this is a great way to break out and get some Maui points this month.
Awesome.
And even if you don't hit, I would say minimum of 5. And I wouldn't worry about space. You can put people wherever, lay out parchment paper and put them on your dining room, wherever rent a space if you have to, because the money that you're going to make off of it is going to be amazing.
Cool.
Any other questions? And I'll get the recipes and all that stuff for the freezer meals out to everybody.
Oh, I have something. At conference, didn't they mention that the kokoyaki they'll give us a bottle for free if we go through the connection? Was there a special code for that?
No, they were giving us all Coco Cash. Anyone who attended conference was getting Coco Cash to pay for the kokoyaki sauce.
Oh, I have to look for that. Okay.
Yeah. And then there's a coupon for the Miss Brown box.
Yes, I got that one.
Okay. Good. I know I have to find my coupon for the Dove ice cream bars.
It was already on my, I guess in my cart. It was already there. All I gotta do is click on it where the coupon would be.
Yes.
Yeah, mine was there.
Yeah. But I'm talking about the Dove bars. We get free Dove ice cream bars.
Oh yeah, I already used it.
Yeah.
Where was that coupon? Somewhere in the connection?
It was in the envelope.
Envelope. Okay, I have to go through my bag again.
Yeah, I'm like, it's been such a crazy whirlwind since we got back, that I haven't gone through everything yet. Yeah, it looks like this.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So you get a Snickers, a Twix, M&M's, Milky Way, Starburst, or Dove ice cream bar, pint or multi-pack. I think I will be. I don't know if I've had the Twix ones before. The Snickers are just so awesome. Like, why would you want anything else? All right, ladies. Well, thanks for getting on tonight.
Can I
thank you.
Quick question, Nicole, as long as I have you. One of my mom's friends placed an order with me, a direct ship order, and she lives in Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
And she was home. I made sure I followed the tracking numbers and everything because it's so hot there right now. She was home when FedEx delivered it, and everything inside her box was saturated from condensation from the ice packs. And so all the boxes and the labels are just trashed.
And field services is really good about that. That's all you have to do is call them, give them the order number and her name, and they'll send out a whole new box to her.
Okay. I'm just wondering if they've
It might have been sitting on the truck for a while. No. Oh, you kind of broke up.
I'm losing you. Are you still there?
Okay. I think you're back.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay. I just didn't know if they've ever considered like dry ice when they're going to those really hot areas.
I don't know, and I don't know the cost of it. I will,
Yeah,
they talked about the cost of shipping went up again. And they they used to use the styrofoam packs inside the boxes, and they've moved to
the bubble wrap.
For bubble wrap.
Yeah.
And I've heard that has actually been the issue. It's actually more expensive than the styrofoam, but that has caused an issue in like Vegas because it's not working as well as the styrofoam was.
Okay.
So if they're going to end up switching back to the styrofoam or not, I'm just not sure.
Okay.
But I would definitely call and tell them, and they will send it out a new box for sure.
Okay. I will, because she was keeping it all for herself, so she didn't really care. She said the product is fine.
But
she
still.
said, but if she was ordering it as something as a gift, there was no way she could have given it as a gift.
Right, and we don't want that either. We don't want her to have a bad taste in her mouth. So if they send it out again, I would ask her for sure. I would have them send it out again, and if she gets it and it's the same way, I would ask them to send it again in a different way.
Okay.
So that it doesn't get, it may not have been melted, but yeah, the boxes were mangled. So
right. Okay.
We want all of our customers to have a good experience with dcD. So
great. Okay, I will call tomorrow. I'm driving them crazy because I've been on the phone with them for I can't get the e-newsletter. I've not gotten the emails for that to get into the
really?
reports. They've 3 times they've sent me the email, and it won't let me set a password. It's really crazy.
And
then I don't know.
Huh?
Nope. I've looked in the spam folder. I've looked everywhere. So, and then with my martini shaker, I don't know if you read that email, but at my first party, I wound up wearing my martini because the gasket's not right on my shaker.
Oh, that's another tip that I have. I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot to talk about that. The martini shaker is my nemesis.
I hate it.
So what I actually did, Target, where they have the water bottles, again, it's in the same aisle as the paper plates and the little solo cups and stuff and the Ziploc baggies. Where the water bottles are, it's a clear 32-ounce water bottle by Rubbermaid with a blue top on the top.
Mm-hmm.
It shows you out the ounces on the side, so it's super easy to make the martinis in there and know how many ounces you're making. It's got a little top on it where you can close it and it shakes up real nice. Awesome. You open the little pour top and you pour each thing. And I put maybe a little tissue underneath just so it doesn't spill, but it works wonders. And the other thing is the martini, my goal is to have 15 people at every single one of my parties. So if I have 15 people there that I'm giving martinis, it's not all going to make in that cocktail shaker. But the 32-ounce one, I can fit it all in there in one try. So I'm all about saving time. I'm not, the less time I'm in somebody's, that's the other thing. The less time I'm in somebody's house, the more money I'm making per hour.
Right.
So I want to make sure I'm making more than $25 an hour, even though that is nice money.
Awesome.
So it's a lot easier and cleanup is a lot less sticky.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Well, I've kept you on long enough.
All right. Get back to your
Thank
hobby.
you. Thank you. Good night.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.